We're Kevin Chris Waterhouse.
And we are Travelling Australia.
We're so glad you can join us on our adventures. Living the dream. We've based ourselves at Cygnet Bay Pearl Farm for a few days.
So this oyster is the same
This
species as
was
the
the last part of the
just
tour.
happens to have that gold
This
lip
is all
the
about
same
the
way
value
some
of
people
pearls,
like blue eyes and some people
how
like
they're
brown eyes.
sized.
Now, have you heard of black pearls? Yeah, seen black pearls? So they come from your Tahitian oyster. So the pink tartar mugger terrifia. Yeah, and you can see the amazing, beautiful colours in the surface of that, yeah? So that's showing the different colours of pearls you can get from that oyster. But mainly grown in French Polynesian and Tahitian waters. There's a few things you've got to take into consideration.
We're about to find out the details of the pearl oyster that was opened earlier on, the size and what it's worth.
It's 12.5 millimetre, so that's the way the size around the belly, so we've done really well there, that's a large size. And today it is actually worth $956. Now just so you know, that's an A2 plus grading. If it was A1 plus, so perfectly clean, it would be $1,453. So there you go.
So we've got our taster. 3 different types. Maybe out the oysters. Quite keen to give that a go. We're just cubed up into little pieces. We made the most of having enough time to have a good feed before we went on the cultural tour with Terry. Now, we were told he is a real character.
The entrance is just on the other side. So we're basically building a new little cabin just in here. And again, so we don't have to destroy the tree. So if I want to gather my honey now, I just have to come in here with a spoon, open the lid, and you got all the honey that's been built up just in here.
And then you just have
just
what you want?
They
Or?
just scoop out what I need and close him up and they'll fill him up again. And it's the perfect time of the year now because a lot of the Melaleuca trees are flowering. So the texture of the honey has changed. So it's very, very rich at the moment. I might just duck off real quick, see if I can grab a knife, and I'll see if I can pry this one open to give you guys a... Again, with the, as I was saying, with the bush honey, so again, 1,500 different species of stingless bees.
So they're stingless.
Stingless bees. Stingless bees, yeah. Okay. So just in here is where the bush honey is. See all the honey just in here, got all the pollen just in there.
Yeah.
And it's been gathered all up just in there now, so that's all the bush honey just in there.
Yeah.
Yep. And you could, the smell of that is so good. So I'll just grab my little spoon just in here, just take away this little section. Get off there, young fella. And even with the bees as well, so that's the small little species of bees just in there. And as you see, this one's just plain black. You also get ones with yellow stripes, blue, purple, so many different species.
1,500 different species.
1,500 different species. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I've pretty much seen them all, I think. Yeah. Again, just close this one back up now, so they still live in the tree itself. Still live in the tree.
But that's the entrance
So
in
this
and
is
out.
the entrance. So again, just in here is the entrance. So just a little hole. Just a little hole in there. So with the kids, when we are out gathering bush honey, they would run to tree and just looking for that little entrance. Then they would put their ear up against it, and you could hear them buzzing on the inside of the tree, and they'll be, they're going off in here. A nautical mile of leaves here.
Yep.
So again, basically from this point all the way to the far corner over there, you probably can see the headland right on the horizon.
Yep.
On the headland again, so all of this bay area is now Cygnet Bay.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's Cygnet Bay. So big area.
It is a big area.
Big area. Yep. And William Danpier came in here probably around 1890, 1880, and pulled in here with his vessel, picked out a maxima. You know, it was just that natural beauty that really captivated the humans the world over. Just that natural beauty. And in our culture, it was only the men that ever wore the mother of pearl shell. Once Europeans first came through, everything changed. You know, it became all about the women. Yeah? And we're the only indigenous tribes along the Pilbara and Kimberley coast that wear the mother of pearl shell between the crotch. Yeah? With any other tribes across Greater Australia, all wear it as a necklace. Wear it as a necklace. Again, along the Pilbara and Kimberley coast, we're the only ones that wear it between the crotch. So we want to make sure that this one's real nice and smooth, wearing it between the cracks, yeah? Yeah, for sure. Yep. And again, with the mother of pearl shell, out here in Bari Jawi country, just growing in natural abundance, just come back in great numbers today. So we can still go out here today and find a large mother of pearl shell.
Low tide.
At low tide, we can still find big mother of pearl shells just like these ones.
Wow.
Yep. Pearling, so once Europeans first came in, they saw the indigenous men wearing this luxurious shell and realized that there were fortunes just waiting out there. So again, that's how the mother of pearl shell industry basically started. Yep. I'm not today. I'm a fourth generation member of the Hunter family to be working here at Cygnet Bay for the Browns. Yep. So yeah, from the very beginning, when they came out here in 1946.
Wow.
My great grandfather and grandfather was Dean Brown's first divers.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's impressive.
yeah. So come from along, and once my father came of age, he died for Bruce for nearly 18 years.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
And you have gone on the tourist side of it.
That's how I went on the tourist side of things, because the tourist side of things, mainly belongs to James and his
Right.
parents with the pearling industry.
Yep.
Yep.
And he told me, when I first came out, my great-grandfather, grandfather, and father done the hard yards. Now I get to stand around and talk about it. I was like, thanks, man. Yeah. Mother of pearl shell, it was traded as far as the Central Desert, even as far as Sydney and Melbourne. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and evidence has shown that we've been harvesting the mother of pearl shell for over 20,000 years. Just recently, they found fragments in the Central Desert. Again, that one was dating back to 22,000 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so again, one of the oldest trading routes, and to me, the oldest trading routes in human history. It was a main food source as well, a main food source.
Yeah, Naomi?
Naomi, yeah.
Yeah, she was saying today that, because usually people only eat
The meat?
You eat the rest of it.
I eat everything.
Yeah.
So the anatomy of the pink tartar maxima is exactly the same as your rock oysters.
Yeah.
So with your rock oysters, you smash everything down. Myself and with the indigenous people up here, they'll eat everything.
Yeah.
We're very similar to scallop.
Same sort of meat except scallop. There's
Yes.
And
But
when we get
it's
the
very
scallop,
similar.
we actually open the shell and then we peel the gut off.
Yes.
That goes in the fishing burley bucket.
Yes.
And then we take the meat.
Take the meat. But again, all the nutrients is in the gut.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in the gut. So that's where all the nutrients is. So you're basically taking away all the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
After the tour, we headed out away from Cygnet Bay. Bit of a day trip.
Into one Arm Point.
Now this is about the most northeastern part of the Danpier Peninsula.
Bit of a rugged road.
While we were out here, we couldn't resist checking out the Arm Point Hatchery, where they breed trochus shells. In all these tanks, they have all sorts of fish and marine life. They have barramundi, they have clownfish, mangrove jack, clams, corals, and even a turtle in one of the tanks.
Yeah, but the most important one of these giant fluted clams, right? And you can see the cyclone got stuck into us. We've lost a few. We've got some flowering coral. We've got soft coral. We've got that mushroom coral. We've got staghorn coral. We've got all that sort of things. And about 60% of it's recovered, which is great. Right? Look at that big clam straight under you, eh? Not the one with the white in it, that other multicoloured one. Beautiful, isn't it? And you see those lines right round the mantle, right? They're photosensitive, so if you cast a shadow over it, they shut straight away.
Oh. And awesome.
Turtle, this is a greenback.
Can I touch him?
Yeah, scratch his back. How do you tell male from female?
Wash your fingers.
Yeah. The male has a long tail and the female has a short tail.
Oh.
They do all the rough stuff.
Barry loves feeding his fish. The only thing he loves more is getting some tourists to do it.
hope you got that one.
The speed these barramundi can take a bait is just incredible.
Not seeing you all day. Oh, I'll go get it myself. Very uneventful, wasn't it? In the old days, and this is what's like me a little bit, can I put this back now?
Yes.
You right? The old girls never used to go out and get this mess. They were desperate for money and the family needed something. Then they'd go out on the reef, find these big ones, sell them, and they had plenty of money to spend on the shop and that. Now see, everybody's going out, young kids, old kids. So I think they should change it back to only allow people to go shelling it when they really need it. But I don't think it'll happen, it's too late. Everybody goes hunting them now. Lifting rocks and because big money. So.
Yeah.
These things are like lightning. They are just so quick. There's quite a bit of small machinery used in cleaning up the shells and polishing, and even at times cutting them.
Come up beautiful, that eagle come up alright, eh?
Eagle.
And do you polish this more?
Yeah, that'll come up beautiful.
It certainly is a very unique part of the country. We decided to check out this campground. It hadn't been open very long as we were heading our way over to Cape Leveque. For how remote this area is, it's got pretty good facilities. It's great to see the remains of one of the original fish traps of the area. Beautiful white clean sand. We made our way over to Cape Leveque, or Coolman Resort.
Wow, big reception place.
I was a little confused driving in here. I thought I was driving into a Toyota commercial. This place had changed considerably since the last time we were here. It was well over 10 years ago. The last time we were here, we stayed in one of these huts. Not the flashiest of accommodation that we've ever stayed in, but the amenities were still good. Whenever I hear the word pristine, this is the vision that comes to mind. The contrast here really is something special, with the blue water, the white sand and the red cliffs. We're heading our way back down to Broome. Before we get there, we're going to try and squeeze in a couple more nights on one of these beautiful beachside camps.